universe. Allah recorded the destiny of mankind before he created the heavens, the earth. Okay. Listen to them. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. Listen. Now this is what my show is about. And I really I put something in my notes, but I usually like to back it. Well, anyway. Let me think about how I'm gonna put this out there. Okay. Allah created the universe in 6 days. This is evident from the Quran. He created the heavens, whatsoever is between them, in 6 days, then mounted his throne. That's from Quran 25:59. He is Allah who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and his throne was upon the water. That's Quran 11:7. However, they differ on the nature of these days. They could be like our days, or each day could be like 1,000 years. Allah is he who made for you the earth, a resting place, and the heavens, a canopy. He has fashioned you and fashioned your forms so well. That's from Quran 40:64. You see what he say? I fashioned you and fashioned your forms so well, and he provided you with good things, such as Allah, your Lord. So blessed be Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Look, people, it don't take me to interpret that. I don't interpret nothing from the Quran but what I see. I don't read nothing and say, well, this what he mean, this what that mean. Allah know what he meant. It meant what I read. Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. This is what he said. He said, I made you. He said, I am who made for you the earth. So he said, I created the earth. This is what Allah said. I created the earth. That's what that mean to me. Will y'all see it mean anything else? Allah say, Allah is he who made for you the earth, a resting place, and a heaven canopy. Excuse me. That's from Quran 40:64. Why y'all got a problem with it? You got a problem with what Allah write? You got a problem with what Allah say in the Quran word verbatim? This is what he say. Allah say he fashioned you and fashioned your forms well. This is what he said. I fashioned you. I put you together well. Put you together well. And he provided you with good things. That means he gave you good things. He give you food to eat. He give you clothes, whatever. Such is Allah, your Lord. He say, this is what I am. I'm your Lord. Such is Allah. What is Allah? Allah is your Lord. That's what such is Allah, your Lord means. Allah. What is Allah? Allah is your Lord. How is he your Lord? He your creator. He fashioned you. He fashioned your forms, and he did a good job. So blessed be Allah, Lord of the worlds. Point blank. Allah say, hey, blessed him. I'm Lord of the worlds, Jack. What? That's right. Lord of the worlds. Point blank. Okay. Muslims are taught that Prophet Muhammad brought the Quran with him as well as his sayings. Now dig this. Muslims are taught Prophet Muhammad brought the Quran with him. Are we in agreement to this? Oh, yes, we are agreeing. Prophet Muhammad helped him, came with this Quran, and Quran came through Allah. Allah sent the Quran through Prophet Muhammad. However it worked, we got that Quran, okay? As well as his sayings, hadith, and actions, sunnah. The Muslims believe that these pillars are inseparable and that Islam cannot stand at all if any of these pillars are taken out. Understood? Understand. Now dig this. Why y'all just sit up here and lie to me? Words of men. Last time I checked, and I'ma prove it to you beyond a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt. The Miss Johnny Cochran of the law, I'm the lawyer and I'm the counselor for the people right now. I'ma break it down like what it means to me. Why y'all gonna sit up here and lie to me? Muhammad, listen, Muslims are taught that the Prophet Muhammad brought the Quran. We understand that. That's a fact right there. I'm not going to get with that fact right there. What the fact I can't get with is this. And with him as well, his sayings, hadith, and actions, the Sunnah. The Muslims believe that these pillars are inseparable and that Islam cannot stand at all if any of these pillars are taken out. Right? Mm-hmm. But look what my creator say. Allah say, what? Tell him, Angelique. Right. Do not accept anything that you have no knowledge of. Surely the hearing and the sight and the mind are responsible for. Okay? Listen. Quran 17:36. Allah say, hey, don't accept anything that you got no knowledge of, and I ain't got no knowledge of that. Allah gave that hadith to Prophet Muhammad. Sorry, people, that might be his words, whatever. We gonna get into it, people. We gonna get into it. Allah say, do not accept anything that you don't have no knowledge of. Surely the hearing and the sight and the mind, you responsible for. That's right. You responsible for what you see, what you hear, and what you think. Right. Mm-hmm. The above verse does wonders for the students of Allah's religions. It always reminds them what the criteria is for accepting and upholding what is peddled to them as law from above. We as human beings are commanded by the Lord to use our senses, our sight, our hearing, and our mind so that we have a certain that the truth, that we could ascertain the truth from falsehood. Blind following is not allowed in the Quran, and it is given as a sign of disbelief. And the example of those who reject is that who repeats only what he hears of cause and sounds, deaf, dumb, and blind. They do not understand. Okay? In fact, the Quran preaches the opposite to blind following, emphasizes on thought and contemplation. You think about this, and you think about it, and I'm thinking about this, and I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm contemplating. That's what I like. So you better think about this, Angelica. You get it wrong, and you gonna go to hell. And Angelica like, sure, I'm trying to be rightly guided. I ain't trying to be falsely guided. I'm gonna listen to you, baby. I promise Allah will listen to you and your words in this Quran, and that's what I promise, and that's exactly what I'm doing. As long as I do that, I will be ready to get it. Thank you, Allah, for guiding me, baby. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Lord. I love you, Allah. Okay, so I'm thinking about it, and I'm contemplating, since that is the only road to true appreciation of the message of the Quran has brought. If we reveal Quran 59:21, we revealed this Quran to a mountain, you will see it trembling, crumbling out of the reverence of Allah. We cite these examples for the people that they may think. Think, people, think. Think. Okay? So when reading the Quran and when contemplating our history and resources and sources of our problems and using my own brain, using my facilities, this is what I came up with. How many people, when they read the Quran, actually really understand it and what they are reading? And how many people continually read the Quran? Not many, because they can't be reading the Quran half as much as they are reading and repeating the hadith. How do I know? Because that's all I hear. This Bukhari said this, Sahih said that, the Prophet said that, this, that, and the other, and this was authentic and that ain't authentic. And how did the Prophet bring the hadith for sayings when he didn't write them? Right, now there go that lie. How did he bring the hadith when he didn't write it with no pen? Now I'm tell you something. I'll tell Mariah, don't you write down the notes. I'll write it down. I'll write my own book. If Prophet Muhammad wrote some hadith down and wrote it in his own book, I'll be down for it. Prophet Muhammad ain't wrote nothing. The hadith and sayings when he didn't write them, and they were put together years after he died. That's on Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all over again. See how Satan's so slick? That's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all over again. The so-called gospels. That's all you doing. The gospels. That's what they is. The gospels of the Prophet Muhammad. But they call them a hadith. They are words of men that were corrupt. That's what Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John was disciples. They wasn't no prophets. They was just homeboys that kicked it with Jesus. And the same thing with the hadith. These just homeboys that kicked it with the Prophet Muhammad. And Bukhari, Sahih, and Muslim, they didn't even kick it with Prophet Muhammad. They just went out and did a little investigation and they come up with, the Prophet Muhammad said, didn't Prophet Muhammad. He say, she say, hearsay. Guess what, people? We talking about judgment right here. Guess what? Oh, that's going to be thrown out of court. I can hear him now putting his mallet down. Hearsay, court, hearsay. Hey, baby, what you thought judgment meant? Judgment means stand in the court of law, a court of Allah. I'm telling you right now, baby. I'm telling you right now, as Johnny Cochran, Dr. Angelique Clark, whatever. I'm telling you right now, hearsay thrown out of court. You ain't about to be saved on it. You is not about to be saved on the history of hadith. The word hadith is inseparable from today's Islam and can be best translated as sayings of the prophet or his companions. Right. Hadith is accepted as second source of Islam, the Quran being the first, and has been well established into an entire science where people spend a lifetime merely studying the Hadith and its compilations, the compilations of the Hadith. Muslims are taught that the Prophet Muhammad brought the Quran with him as well as the sayings of Hadith and the actions of Sunnah. The Muslims believe that these pillars are inseparable and that Islam cannot stand at all if any of these pillars are taken out. What may come as a surprise to most is that Hadith was not actually compiled and reviewed until over 200 years after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him's death. First by Imam Bukhari and D.25687, then Muslim and D.26187.5, Abu Dawud and D.27275.888, and Timothy, and Ibn Majah and Nasai. Now, I ain't trying Nasai, whatever. Y'all know the names. Y'all been studying them, and I'm gonna tell you like this. That's like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. What it is right there. We're gonna say Imam Bukhari. That's Matthew. Sniffing my nose. Right. So Imam Bukhari, that's Matthew. Abu Dawud, that's Mark. Timothy, David. Matthew, Mark, Luke. Timothy, Luke. Ibn Majah, John. And Al-Nasir, who he, another one of these. That's all it mean to me. And these people wasn't even with the Prophet Muhammad. This who compiled this hadith. You gonna base your salvation on that. We gonna see what Allah got to say about that. We gonna read the Quran and we gonna see what our Father who art in heaven got to say about that. Or sitting on his throne wherever he may be, looking down on precious little old me. Saying, tell it, Angelique. Well, Angelique gonna tell it like a T.I. is. In his opening statement, Bukhari, considered to be the number one source of authentic hadith, states that out of nearly 600,000 hadiths which were known to him at the time, he could only record 7,397. That's a lot of hadith as being authentic from the Prophet. This is recognition by the upholders of hadith that at least 98.76% of what people are led to believe is second revelation to the Quran. Second revelation to the Quran. Y'all think hadith is revelation? Hadith ain't no revelation if it didn't come directly out of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mouth. Think about that. To the Quran and the major source of Islamic law is pure lies. You know why? Because Prophet Muhammad, tell me what Prophet Muhammad said. It's okay, make a book about what I say. If he want a book about what he said, then he wrote a book about what he said. He ain't write no book. He said, I come with that Quran. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into it. What people also fail to realize is that the history of the Hadith itself has been overlooked and is treated as if its revelations were written down at the time of the Prophet for record keeping. This stuff wasn't even written down at the time of the Prophet was